Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, I just like to give a quick shout out to Janelle. Hey girl, you were the first to comment on my last video, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. So as promised, today we're going to be doing another story time, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about the time I got evicted. This one was wild, definitely crazy, but if you're new here, my name is Alex. Thank you so much for clicking my video and checking me out. Really quick, I just want to give you guys a quick tip here. If you have nail covers and they're not soft gel, you can just take a nail drill and edge the inside, and that will help them stick better with the polygel. A lady left this in my comments and it's brilliant. If I can find her, I'll put her credit right here, the comment, because it's literally a life hack. If you're new here, my name is Alex and I post videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Instead of an in-depth tutorial, we're going to do a story time while I do my nails. If you would like to see a more in-depth tutorial, I'll leave a link to one above, but let's get into this story. So at the time, I was a sophomore in college and I chose to move off campus. So I needed to find a roommate, and I didn't want to live with my best friend because, they say when you move in with your best friend, y'all basically won't be best friends again. And I believe it because me and my best friend are polar opposites. We would have definitely gotten many, many arguments. So I knew this girl that always came to our suite. My freshman year, I lived in a dorm with 7 girls, and this one girl always came to the suite, and she was kind of friends with the other girls. And we were friends too, but, we just weren't close. We weren't best friends. So I was like, okay. Well, I thought she wanted to move off campus too, so we ended up deciding to be roommates. So we got this place off campus, beautiful, guys. It was a house, and the owner had it was kind of like a duplex. So we lived in one part and she lived in the other. The house was gorgeous, so gorgeous, and it was so spacious. There was so much space. And we signed the lease, and me and her name were both on the lease, and that was that. We became roommates. So at the time, I was a sophomore and I did smoke that ganja. So I remember one day I went into her room, and because she told me to go get some of the green stuff in her drawer, so I went in her room to get it, opened her drawer up, pill bottles, like an absurd amount of pill bottles. And I was like, okay. I walked out. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I need you to tell me what's happening, and I need you to make it make sense right now. Because you see that, you automatically think, okay, she's dealing. Got to. There was so many pill bottles. It was ridiculous. So she was like, oh, those are all for me. I suffer from, I can't even tell you guys, but basically mental illness. She had mental illness, and her doctors were trying to figure out which medication was right for her. And after she told me that, everything kind of just went completely left. So I knew before this that she kind of had some sort of, I don't want to, it was not a problem because mental illness ain't no joke. That's like a real thing people deal with. I knew she was kind of, I don't know the word, and I don't want to say a word and people get offended, but I knew that she kind of had some sort of dilemma. I'll say that. And, when we lived in the suite, there would be times where my friends would have to go, they'll be like, oh, I have to go get, she's going through something, but nobody ever went in depth. And I never really asked because I don't know, it just never dawned on me. So after she told me this, we started obviously becoming closer friends because we lived together and it was always us. And it just went completely left. There would be times when she would call me and be like, I'm at the river, I have a bottle of wine, and I just feel like ending it all multiple times. Now, the first few times that this happened, I was like, okay, regular response, call her best friend, which was one of the girls that I lived in the dorm with, and we would talk her through it, everything. It started getting to the point where it was like, I can't handle this anymore. I already got too much stuff going on. I got to call your parents. So I would call her parents when this stuff happened, and they would handle it. So eventually she picked up a job and she found a boyfriend there. And this guy was 38, 37, something like that. And he had 4 kids, y'all, 4 kids. We lived in this house together, and it just got out of hand. he would bring the kids there. Kids was drawing on the walls. Before the boyfriend, she had the boyfriend, so let's just leave it there. It was just getting out of hand. I was sick of it. So after this, she was still having her episodes, and I was like, okay, well, what is something that would make her feel better? I'm just trying to think of stuff that would maybe help. And she had 2 dogs at home, and she always talked about how much she missed her dogs. So I was like, why don't we get a dog? We were supposed to live there for the next 3 years until our senior year. And I told her, I said, if anything happens and we have to move out, will you be able to take the dog? I contacted her parents. Her parents agreed to take the dog, even if we like went on winter vacation or whatever. It was basically her dog. It was their dog, and they agreed to it. I was like, okay, perfect. So we get a dog. I go to a shelter. I find a dog, pick that dog up, take that dog home. Like, perfect. Her name was Princess, and she was beautiful. The dog was attached to me on another level. Like, this dog, whenever I left, the dog would cry until I got back home, and my roommate would be there, and it would make no sense. Like, my dog, because it was basically my dog, it did not like being over near her area. It did not like sleeping with her. That was the whole goal. Like, the dog was supposed to sleep with her. It would claw at the dog. It would claw at the door every single night because it wanted to get out of her room and it wanted to be in my room. So now it's like we got 2 problems. I got my roommate who's every other day trying to do something, and then I got a dog that only want to be with me, and that's basically scared of my roommate. Even when people would come over to my house, when I had other friends come over to the house, the bathroom was near her room, and it was on the other side of the house. And people would be like, I don't really like going near that side of the house. It just feels so dark and gloomy over there. And it was because, like I said, mental illness ain't no joke, y'all. It's very real, but people can sense depression. People can sense, like, not good vibes if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And that's what it was. The dog picked up on it. My other friends, when they came over, picked up on it. It was just a bad situation. And at this point, I was starting to get a little scared. It was a scary situation because I was starting to feel some type of way, because there would be times where it was basically like I was a babysitter. I literally had a child that I had to watch over, and I would be scared to go over on her side because I wouldn't know what I would see when I walked through that door. I didn't know she would still be alive. Like, it was a lot of stress. And it was a tough situation to be in because you want to be there for somebody so bad, but there's only so much that you can do because I'm in college. Like, I have to get my grades up. I had an internship around this time. I'm trying to lock in those full-time positions, look out for my career, but I'm also taking care of somebody. An adult, taking care of an adult, making sure she eats food, because there would be times that she wouldn't eat. Like, it was just a real big situation. So, like I said, my landlord lived on the other side, and when the dog would cry and like scream, my landlord was beyond annoyed. She would call me. I would be in class. She was like, you need to come home right now because your dog is like literally setting it off right now. So let's get back to the boyfriend. Dog, it was a mess. I had to figure out what I was going to do with the dog because there was no way I was leaving Princess with her for life. There was no way. So I had to do what anybody would do and rehome the dog. I found a family. I put out an ad on Craigslist, and I found a family. They lived on like a rancher. It was some huge house. And I ended up giving the dog to the family. And my roommate didn't mind because the dog didn't like her anyway, so she didn't even really like the dog. So that was sad because I had became like, a little bit attached, but I ended up rehoming the dog. And then after that, we're going back to the boyfriend, guys. So the boyfriend, 4 kids, 38 years old, whatever. His dream was to start a food truck business. Like I said, I didn't like him because, the kids would come over drawing on the walls, and on top of that, he was a felon. He had a warrant out for his arrest, and he would just have inappropriate stuff, weapons, I'll say that, on him, and it just made me feel uncomfortable to the point where I was like, he can't come back here. And I told her that, and I told her parents, I do not want this man going back here. And her parents didn't even know she had this boyfriend. So I'm sure you guys can guess what happened after that. She moved out. I went home one day and she left. She packed up her stuff in her room. Mind you, we had a house that was fully furnished. She didn't say a word to me, and she left the house. She left the house, and it gets better. The guy like ruined up her credit, ruined her credit. She didn't have any credit before this, and like I said, his dream was to start a food truck business. So he made a whole bunch of credit cards in her names, statements, everything. Just started coming to that house like crazy, guys. It was ridiculous. And my roommate told me, or sorry, my landlord basically told me that if I can't find another roommate, that I'm going to have to get out. So I got evicted. Well, not really evicted. She gave me the opportunity to like move out properly and everything, but I pretty much got evicted. I had to find a place to live. I moved back on campus. I had to get a roommate. It was honestly not bad because my roommate that I ended up living with, I'm still good friends with her today. And she's probably watching this video. Girl, if you're watching this video, hey. But anyway, so I never heard from her again. I'm blocked on everything, and that's fine because guess what? I blocked her right back. She did me dirty, y'all. She really did. I don't even remember. Oh, and I had to fight to get my security deposit back. It was insane. I had to rent U-Haul trucks because, like I said, it was a house. Like, it was fully furnished. We had couches, plural. We had couches, kitchen sets, kitchen table, pots, pans, dishes, everything, and my room on top of that I had to pack up and move out within, I think my landlord had gave me like a month to try and find a roommate, and I couldn't. So that's the story of the time my roommate did me dirty. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, you're a real one. I did long nails. I don't know. Sometimes like I gotta be in the mood for long nails, you know what I mean? But I was feeling real long and sassy. So next one is definitely gonna be short. Oh, I'm lying. I don't know. We'll see. I like to switch it up because, you know, some people can't do super long nails. Some people need their nubs, and I got you because I need my nubs sometimes too, but some people like long. So I try to give you guys like variety. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this story time, and let me know if you have any similar crazy experiences. Today is Monday, so that means that I will see you guys on Thursday. I love you guys so much. We're almost at 3K. Like, whoa. Like, we're really almost at 3K. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It means literally so much to me. Like, y'all are really making my dreams come true. And I mean that in the corniest way possible because it's from the bottom of my heart. Like, thank you guys. I'm getting emotional, but I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.